Up next, a picture is worth 1,000 words. An extremely rare interview with future Hall of Famer and career nonconformist Steve Carlton. Up close. Hitting Steve Carlton, slugger Willie Stargell once remarked, is like drinking coffee with a fork. That statement tells you something about what the hitters thought of him. For writers and broadcasters who came to know Carlton as enigmatic, distant, even darkly imposing, following the career of one of baseball's all-time greatest pitchers was challenging at best, maddening at worst, but always fascinating. Waiting for Lefty was like waiting for Godot. It was theater of the absurd, a man who stopped talking to the press for a full decade, but who intrigued and dazzled and left few mysteries on the mound. For some 24 seasons, few ever pitched better. 329 wins, more than 4,100 strikeouts, 6 20-win seasons. He was a true artist, as much as any man in the game, letting his creations speak for themselves and creating masterpieces. Today, an extremely rare, extended interview with the J.D. Salinger of baseball pitchers. We'll talk to Lefty about, well, just about anything he wants to talk about, from pitching to the evils of tobacco, to Zen, to his decade-long press blackout. Steve Carlton reemerges and speaks.
Yeah.
But is that true that you particularly are not a big sports fan, or maybe not even a real big baseball fan?
Not really. I never knew stats of teams and players. I barely knew people that were hot coming into a series, and you know, how to pitch them, because I was disciplined to pitch a particular way. Like Ted Williams had the plate broken down to where he could hit 400 if he could discipline himself to lay off certain pitches. I was the other way. I had the plate broken down to where hitters only hit 200 or 150, and that's where I focused this way, and he focused to the internal part of the plate.
I remember reading an article about you where you said, I don't really see the batter. I only see the catcher. The guy at first base, forget, he is not even in the park. I really only see the catcher. The batter is just a thin outline, right?
I don't think I ever really saw the batter. To me, I had reduced it down to an advanced game of catch. If I could get the ball, or when I got the ball to the catcher, I had succeeded in my job, because I've gotten it past the pitcher. Like a lot of people, or excuse me, the batter. A lot of people may look at the batter, and so that's where that in their mind that pitch stops, and I don't think that's healthy. My job was to get it to the catcher.
A lot of zen in the pitching. I mean, something that appealed to you.
Yeah, it has to be. If you're going to get better physically, you know, I could only do so much, and it has to get mental if you're going to get better. You have to be mentally tough. If you're going to win a lot of games in a row, you have to be mentally tough. You can win, you can look good winning a game, but if you're dwelling on that when you're up against your next start, then you're in trouble. You know, you have to be mentally tough to be consistent.
Orison Marsden, I'm going to take us out of the commercial with this quote, said something that reminded me a lot of Steve Carlton. He said, "The giants of the race have been men of concentration who have struck sledgehammer blows in one place until they have accomplished their purpose. The successful men of today are the men of one overmastering idea, one unwavering aim, men of single and intense purpose." That was Steve Carlton. More after this.